A very good morning to class 5. Today we are going to do the exercises of the lesson Circus Elephant. We read this poem. It was a very interesting poem about an elephant, that how he feels in a circus and how he remembers his days in the jungle and what type of remembrance he has of the jungle. It is a poem of an elephant's feelings about his natural place where he was living. Now for the questions, see page 50. The first question is number the following in the sequence in which they are spoken about in the poem. Now in this question you have to sequence the different stanzas of the poem according to the poem. Now, first of all, what does the elephant hear? He hears the grey light before dawn. He misses the grey light before dawn. This is the first one. Then the second would be the cry of hungry beasts. Then he remembers the cry of hungry beasts also. That is the second. And the third one is the footfall of the buffalo and zebras. That comes in the third paragraph. And the fourth paragraph, it is the music of the long forgotten stream, that small river which passes through the jungle. The sound of the stream, how it falls from the mountains or from the highlands to the lowlands. So the sound of that stream he misses. So it is C, D, B and A. So this is the correct sequence of the various sentences given in the question number 1. Now read these lines and answer the questions that follow. So the first one you have to do it in your classwork notebook, and the second also you have to do it in your classwork notebook. Read these lines and answer the questions that follow. Now, does the elephant remember in the grey light before dawn old noises of the jungle in mornings long gone? Now, where is the elephant? Now, the elephant is in the circus, because now he remembers whatever he used to experience in jungle. So when these lines are being narrated or being told by the poet, this shows that the elephant is in the jungle. The elephant is in the circus now. What noises of the jungle does the poet describe in the poem? Now, what noises? Now, there are a lot of noises which the elephant remembers of the jungle, and the first one will be the old noises of the jungle. He misses the old noises of the jungle. Does the elephant remember in the grey light before dawn? Now, before dawn is before the sunrise. Does he remember that grey light, that how the darkness changes into first changes into a grey light and then into a bright light? So he remembers that, and then he remembers the old noises. What noises of the jungle does the poet describe in the poem? The first one being the footfall, the first one being the cry of the hungry beast, the second being the footfall of the buffalo and zebra, and the third being the long forgotten, the music of the fall of the stream, the voice of the sound of the fall of the stream he misses. Okay, children. So why does the poet refer to the noises of the jungle as old? Why does the poet refer to the noises of the jungle as old? Because they are old, forgotten. They are old ones now. Because now he is not staying in jungle. He is staying in a circus. So for him, those noises are old noises. Okay. Now question number 3. Which words does the poet use for the elephants in the last verse of the poem? What does the poet wish to show us by using these words? Which words does the poet use for the elephant in the last verse of the poem? And the last stanza, which words does the poet use for the elephant? Does his majesty remembers? Does he stir himself and dream of the long forgotten music of a long forgotten stream? Does his majesty remember? Now, which words does the poet use for the elephant in the last verse? His majesty is the word. Majesty means huge, large. So there is another word which symbolizes the elephant. That is, there's another word for elephant which the poet has used, and that is His Majesty. His Majesty. Why he has used His Majesty? Because elephants are large animals, they are big animals, and they usually, in the olden times, they usually were they used to live with the kings, and they used to be their chariots. They used to live in the kingdom, and they used to live in the kingdom. So they are referred to as His Majesty. So another word is His Majesty. What does the poet wish to show us by using these words? He just shows that elephant not being the king of the forest, but he used to be the king of the palaces. That is why he has been used as His Majesty. Now, if the elephant could speak, what do you think he would say? If the elephant could speak means, if he could speak, what he would have said? He would have said that I really misses my jungle, my natural habitat, my home where I used to live free, where there was no restriction, there was no foundation, there was no, I didn't have to follow any command, I didn't have to follow anybody's instructions, and I didn't have to, dance like a puppet as I have to do it in the circus. So these are the feelings which elephants have shown the elephant would have shown if he would have to say something about about this poem. According to you, does the poet think it is right for animals to perform in a circus? Now, what do you think? Does the animal perform? Do you think the animal should perform in the circus? If yes, give your answer. If no, give your answer. So this answer you have to write it by yourself. So children, you have to remember this poem and do these questions in your class for copy. And this is your last poem of third term exam, which will be coming in your exam. Now I'll be taking up your copies submission, PDFs, 10 children copies I'll be checking. Maybe 5 children copies I'll first take and I will check, and then everybody's copies once I check, then only we will be taking your exam. So after this, let's see page 51. Now in page 51, there is one what do you call? There is one new concept of poem, and that is alliteration. Now, what is alliteration? Read this line aloud. In the dark and dreadful heat. Do you hear the D sound being repeated in this line? Dark and dreadful. So here this D sound has been repeated. Da. Okay. So so when words that start with the same sound are used close together in a sentence, it is called alliteration. Now in a sentence, 2 or 3 words with the same alphabet, with the same sound has been used repeatedly, it becomes alliteration. Now read this sentence aloud. The busy bees buzzed around the big brown bear. The busy bee. Why the bees are called busy? Because they are doing buzz. They are always busy collecting their honey. So the busy bee buzzed. How does the bee does? Buzz. Buzzed around the big brown bear. Now in this, the alteration is the letter B. It has been repeated so many times in a sentence. So can you hear the B sound being repeated over and over again? Here are a few more examples of alteration for you to read aloud. Go and gather in groups on the freshly grown green grass. On a warm but windy day, Valley walked down the winding street. On a warm but windy day, Valley, the name of a girl, walked down the winding is with lots of twists and turns, winding street. Hungry Henry hurried home and ate a huge slice of honeydew melon. The proud peacock pushed the pretty purple parrot off the pineapple tree. So all P's. So thinking up the alteration is great fun. Try making up some of your own using the words given below. So I shall try this for you. Terence the tiger takes a turn in the terrace, tapping his feet. Terence the tiger takes a turn in on the terrace, tapping his feet. Seven snakes saw a seven snakes slides, or you can say seven snakes slither. Slither means snakes जैसे चलते हैं. Slither. Seven snakes slither slowly down the stream. Seven snakes slither slowly down the stream. All S, okay? Ryan runs and roar. Ryan runs and roar in the rosy garden. Okay, the pretty pink panther. The pretty pink panther poses near a palace. Poses near a palace. The pretty pink panther poses means pose बना रहा है. The pretty pink panther poses near a palace. The large lazy ladybird lazes around. The large lazy ladybird leisure around little park. Leisure around the little park. Little park. You can leisure. Leisure means masti kar rahi hai. Ladybird. So you have to just use L or different same sound in a sentence and make a sentence. So this is the way you can create a poem of your own by using alterations. Okay, children. So with this we end up your syllabus of third term. There are 3 chapters coming in your exam. One is Everybody's Water, Rip Van Winkle, and the third one is the circus elephant, and the third one lesson is which one we have done? Rip Van Winkle, Everybody's Water, and another one which we have done is the Big Friendly Giant. So with this we end up your lessons, and I will be giving you 2 chapters to revise, which you will be doing it in a live class. Thank you and have a nice day.